Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Phish Phry podcast. I am your dad, host Bobby.
And I'm Oliver.
And today we are discussing Phish's 2009 album, Joy. Now, this album is their 12th album. Can you believe we've already done more than 12
How many
like this?
albums do they have? 24?
No, not that many.
Oh.
So we have about
I know we're over
4 or 5 left. And so someone messaged me on Instagram and reminded me that we did not do the White Tape, which was their very first album.
Yeah.
And I don't remember why we skipped it.
Well, it's not usually on. Well, it is, but it's not the first thing that you look.
I don't know. I think there was a reason why we skipped it at the beginning, but I don't remember what it was.
Oh, yeah, because it had songs that we haven't gone over before. It was...
Maybe. It doesn't seem quite right in my brain, but we're going to go back and do it.
Yeah.
but not yet.
It's sad how we're kind of
wrapping it up?
Yeah.
Right?
But luckily we have part 2 coming.
Season 2 will be coming. So, Joy, 2009. This is their 12th studio album. It came out on September 8th of 2009.
3 days till Simon's birthday.
Yeah, right before Simon's birthday. So it just celebrated 14 years. That's wild.
And they've been going for 40 years.
Yep. So this is their first album since Undermine in 2004, and their first album since they reunited in March of 2009. So they got back together in March.
I thought, on the Undermine they split for 4 years.
For 5 years.
5?
Or almost 5 years. So then they get back together, go back in the studio, and this is what they come out with.
Joy.
So let's go ahead and ask this. What do you think of the album overall?
Actually, I listened to it way more than Undermine. Round Room, I listened to it way more than I usually think.
Yeah.
I'm usually listening to Sigma Oasis or Billy Breeze, but then sometimes I'm not feeling in those, so I just go look to Joy or something.
So you think Joy is probably your third most listened to Phish album?
Maybe top 10.
Yeah, top 10. Top 10, okay. So this album, I really like it. It is the album that I listened to when I kind of dove headlong into Phish last year. So this album reminds me of walking around Boston when I went on my trip last year, because I just have it on, listening in my ears, walking around the town. So it kind of holds that space for me. I really enjoy the songs.
Yeah, the reason why I like Joy is because I wrote it on backwards down the number line on Walt's card.
Yeah, I'll have to post a picture of that because I took a picture of it. So for our oldest son, Walt, for his birthday last year, Oliver made him a birthday card. And in the card, he wrote...
Happy, oh my friend. I forgot the rest, but I remember I wrote it. Yeah. And it said... You were 11 and I was 9.
Yeah.
Because he turned 11. So.
Yeah, it was really sweet. I liked it. It was really creative because you'd been listening to this a bunch and then used those lyrics to write his card.
I haven't really listened to I've Been Around.
Yeah. So I did want to, let's go through this track listing. So, Backwards Down the Number Line, Stealing Time from the Faulty Plan, Joy, Sugar Shack, Ocelot, Kill Devil Falls, Light, I've Been Around, Time Turns Elastic, 20 years later. Now, these last 3 that we listened to on Apple Music are actually from a companion CD they put out with it called Party Time.
Wait, I think I've seen it one time on one of their live albums. I think I've seen Party Time.
There is a song called Party Time.
Yeah, oh wait, that's where I've seen it.
Yeah. So then the last 3 on this Joy album from Apple Music is Windy City, Only a Dream, and Let Me Live. So, what is your number 1 out of all these songs from Joy?
I think it is Light. And if you haven't listened to Light, you might want to go do it this episode, after this episode.
Yeah.
Because the beginning is my favorite
Yeah, I really enjoy the beginning too, and it sounds really good. Like with
It's crazy how Trey can do that with his guitar.
yeah, he's extremely talented. Like the way the bass comes in on there, I love it.
Yeah, and like the drums.
And the drum, like the whole thing, the whole intro is
And then the
great.
piano.
Mm-hmm. All those different sounds. I really like listening to it with headphones or like in my truck.
Yes.
It sounds really good when they come in. Then they just kick into the beat, and then.
I know.
Do you like the music or the lyrics better?
I like the music, but the lyrics, I like when the light is growing brighter now.
I can see the light between me and my mind.
Yeah. In my mind.
I always picture it. You know how on Finding Nemo. Remember how they have to go through that canyon?
Oh, yeah.
And they told them to swim up over the top?
Just keep swimming.
I always picture it kind of like that. Like I can see the light between those two mountains.
I usually think about it in space, like whenever you're getting close to the sun, you're like, or like whenever you're going out of the atmosphere and like the light is growing brighter.
Yeah.
Well, I meant when you're coming down from space and down to the earth,
Okay.
and the light is growing brighter.
Okay. It's an interesting idea.
But that's what I think. And
so
at first, I thought the Joy logo was like space, like a galaxy, but then I zoom in and it's like eyeballs. I was like, oh, that is not what I pictured.
yeah, it does kind of look like a photo of like stars and galaxy stuff. Yeah. So my number one pick is going to be Kill Devil Falls. Do you like it?
Yeah. I just got back from the Kill Devil Falls.
And they played it several times this summer and had some really good versions of that.
How was the jam on like the first time they played it?
The first time they played it, I'm not sure.
But
they had
I would love to hear the jam.
They had a really good jam this summer on Kill Devil Falls that a lot of people have liked a lot. So, what's your number two pick?
My number two is Stealing Time from the Fall Team.
I like that one.
I like the guitar.
Is that how he plays it?
Sort of.
Kind of.
Way better than mine.
A little bit better than that, but not much better.
It's just a tiny little splinter.
Yeah. So my number two is going to be Sugar Shack. And I know a lot of people, it divides a lot of people. Some people love Sugar Shack. Some people do not like Sugar Shack.
I love Sugar Shack.
And a few times that Phish has played it live, they've even said, we didn't play that great.
Yeah.
So
sometimes they can't play.
But it's complicated because of the way Fishman is playing in the chorus and the musical chorus.
Yeah, and like his guitar, like his drums at the first, like he has easy, but like the way that he plays the drums, it makes it sound like so easy to do. But whenever you really get out there, it's like, oh my goodness, how does he do this?
Yep. So I think we're gonna play this game super quick.
Okay.
If the members of Phish were sea creatures, what would John Fishman be?
John Fishman would be an octopus.
I said the same thing.
Because literally, it's like he has 8 hands.
Yep, it's like he's got a whole lot more arms and legs.
Exactly.
To be able to play the stuff he plays.
Yeah, at first I was going to say shark, but then I was like, that doesn't make sense. Octopus.
We might finish that game later, but that's the only. I really just wanted to hear if you thought octopus too, because I thought octopus.
It's just, and it's the same thing with like Paige and.
You think they're octopi?
Yeah, and then I think also Trey, because he's like you cannot. I don't know how people with the electric guitars like get all like.
Yeah, playing the chords.
Yeah, like all fingers on it, because I watched this video. I searched up Phish. And it played like how to play like Stash by Phish and how to play Tweezer, and he played it real good, but not better.
It's a lot of practice.
I know, and he said he likes Stash because you can only have one finger on each thing.
Okay.
String. That's what he said.
Okay.
I have no idea what he's talking about because I do not play the.
Yeah, I can play like 4 chords on a guitar, and that's about it.
Is that because of pop?
It's always impressive to me when people can play it really well.
Exactly.
All right. We don't normally do three picks, but what is your honorable mention? What would be your third one?
My honorable mention is Ocelot.
Ocelot.
Ocelot. I like the way how it's sort of slow.
Mm-hmm.
It reminds me of like being in the jungle. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I played one time. The first time I played Minecraft, I thought it was a cat. So.
It's not lazy,
Yeah.
but it kind of has that like kind of more of a chill vibe because he's talking about like Ocelot need to hide in the shade. You know what I'm saying?
Like it's sort of like one that makes you slouch.
Yeah, it's an interesting way to say it. So my honorable mention.
Always interesting.
My honorable mention, my pick 3, is going to be Backwards Down the Number Line. I think it's just an interesting way to start an album, considering they haven't had an album in 5 years.
Yeah.
To start it with, what's the first line?
Happy.
No, where he says, no, it is happy.
Yeah.
So, sorry. In my brain was going to...
Oh,
no.
man.
It was going to Still in Time from the Faulty Plan. But, yeah, I think... But I still... Sorry. That being said, let me rewind it. Still in Time from the Faulty Plan is a great song. But to start the song with kind of a sentimental song about Trey and Tom Marshall, his friend... Like to start it with that is very interesting. Kind of like the band hasn't been around for 5 years, so we're going to start it, and I'm going to tell you a story about someone I've been close to and then lost touch with. Because I had forgotten about this, but one of my friends, Andrew has a phenomenal podcast called Andrew's Daily 5, where he takes these massive lists of songs. Like they did an incredible Phish's top 75 songs, according to him, his brother, and one of their friends. And so they did the top 75 songs. It was incredible. They just did movie theme songs. And they've got one right now, or he may have just finished it up, but it's television theme songs, which is super fun, right?
Yeah. After this, and you go check... after this episode and you go listen to Light if you want to, you can go check him out. Yeah,
I definitely recommend it. And he always has like super interesting anecdotes about the songs and stuff like that. So he reminded me of this story today. He said Tom and Trey had been estranged, like they weren't really talking to one another for a few years. And then Tom sent him the lyrics for a song on Trey's birthday.
So that's why...
And so then Trey wrote the music super quick and called Tom, and their friendship was reignited. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, that's cool. Like, because sometimes you just lose friendship. Well, like, lose, like, bonds with your friends. Like, the light is growing weaker now.
Yeah.
And then, finally, whenever you, like, say something, the light can grow brighter now.
Like, I have friends that I've been friends with forever, and then people that I were friends with for a short amount of time, and then sometimes they'll come back around. So I think it's very interesting that they opened the album with that.
Yeah.
Because the band was broke up, like I said.
And it's his birthday, which is cool.
And Tom sent it to him on his birthday. I thought that was
backwards down the number.
Yeah, I thought that was.
I was gonna say happy birthday.
Happy birthday down the number line.
Happy birthday to you.
So then, I did want to say this because. Time Turns Elastic and 20 Years Later. I think those are very interesting songs because they have like different parts. So like it's like a part 1 and they're singing and playing in this way, and then it goes to another part and they're kind of changed up the style a little bit inside of there. But Time Turns Elastic reminds me of the song that you probably haven't heard.
I forgot to listen to those 3. I thought the light was the end.
That's it. Podcast is over. You go to your room and you stay there until you listen to all those songs.
I forgot to listen to
Oliver
those.
Shirley. What are you thinking? But it sounds like the song from I think it first came out in the 70s?
70s?
Like the 1970s.
Oh, I thought you meant like the 1700s.
No, the 1970s. Called MacArthur Park.
Is that a park?
I think it is a park somewhere.
New Orleans.
But it's it could be, but I don't think so.
Oh.
I think it's somewhere.
I thought we could have visited it.
No, I think it's somewhere up north. But it just kind of reminds me of that because it's kind of operatic. It's kind of like, I don't know, just those two, that just reminds me of that song. That's kind of all I had to say about that. But I've been around a while, or I've been around.
Yeah.
Did you listen to it?
I think I
Because
might
it's
have.
Paige singing.
I think I might have listened to a little bit of it, but I don't think I've.
So it starts out with, I think it's Trey going, "Hey Paige, where you
Oh
been?"
yeah. I've listened to that part.
Where have I been? I've been around a while. You
Yeah.
know, like he goes into all that.
Yeah, I think I listened to that part.
I'm not a fan of that song. It's fine for what it is, but I'm not going to go, ooh, you know what I'm in the mood to hear today? I've been around a while. I've been around. So I'm just not a fan. Now, I do have to say, Only a Dream is probably my favorite of the three from Party Time. Only a Dream.
I need to listen
You
to
got to go
Party
back and
Time.
listen to those because those are really good.
I need to listen to Party Time.
I think Windy City, Only a Dream, and Let Me Live, I really enjoyed them being included on this album.
Wait, where can you find Party Time?
So it's not anywhere. The only place you can find it online are these three songs. Otherwise, you'd have to like find
Buy
it
a
on
CD?
yeah, like buy the CD
But
on
that's
eBay or
that's
something.
that's probably hard
Yeah.
where we live because like Phish is not very popular
Yeah.
here.
We do live in a
Little town.
not Fish popular area.
We're not up north like where they
Yeah,
are.
yeah, up north.
We're way down south.
Yeah, like just like they announced they're doing that festival in Delaware.
Wait,
Remember? That's what it's next summer.
I have no idea where Delaware is.
Yeah, it's
I
up-
need to study my.
It's up north. You'll learn about it in American history.
I'm glad they came to Huntsville because that's more
Yeah,
north.
it's like an
not
hour
down.
away. Yeah, it's an hour away. So, but yeah, if you live up north, you get Madison
get-
Square New Year's Eve runs. You get all kinds of concerts.
You get down. Wait, no, that's not. You get Las Vegas.
Nope, that's a completely different side of the country. Las
Los
Vegas is-
Angeles. That's what I meant.
And that's another different side of the country.
Wait, what?
That's in California.
I need to study my states more.
Yes. Do you have anything else? Oh, would you give this album to one of your fourth grade friends?
Maybe it depends if they've listened to like Billy Breathes, Lawn Boy.
So
but
not on
like,
a first listen.
Yeah, not like straight up. Probably like after they listened to about 3 albums. Probably.
Huh. I think this is one you could give to someone.
Yeah, I agree, but
Fresh.
I agree like a little bit, but not like fresh.
Because I think if you handed this album to someone and said,
Well,
"This is Phish, listen to it," I think if they just listened straight down, they would probably have 4 or 5 songs that they could really get into.
yeah, the only song that I think they might, songs that they might get into is probably Ocelot, Kill Devil Falls, Sugar Shack, and Backwards Down the Number Line. Maybe Faulty Plan.
Interesting. What do you think of Joy?
I'm not a fan of the beginning,
Yeah.
but I like sort of the middle and the end.
We want you to be happy.
Yeah.
Don't stay inside the gloom. I like it.
I just don't like, I'm not a fan of the beginning.
Yeah, I get that. But once it starts building up, you like it.
Yeah,
when
once, like, because at first it's sort of just like, I like how it's telling sort of a story,
Mm-hmm.
but like, I'm not a fan of the beginning, like where there's no music.
You know, I had looked it up at one point. Let's see if I can find it super quick. Yeah, the idea was initially was part of Tom's ideas, and it's just
Tom's
talking about
Daughters.
Yep, and just about how little girls are generally just happy, but sometimes
They can,
you're showing happy on the outside, but you're sad on the inside,
yeah.
And so I think I think it's a great song. Probably not one of my top 10 or 13 of this.
I do that sometimes at school. Like, I act happy, but
Mhm.
sometimes, like, I'm angry or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what
Or,
it's
like,
talking
I'm
about.
tired, and, like,
Oh,
or
yeah.
something. I get tired every Monday.
It happens to all of us. Mondays are
Boring.
That's pretty funny. Anything else about Joy before we wrap it up?
I think it's one of a favorite, I guess.
Okay, yeah, because you said probably top 3, at least top 10 albums for you.
Yeah, at least.
But one that you've listened to quite a bit, except for like the last 4 songs.
Actually, last 6.
The last 6 songs. So I've listened to half of this album a lot, is what you're saying.
I haven't listened to the others, so don't listen to those.
All right. So I'm going to say you can give this album to someone who doesn't know much or anything about Phish, and they could probably like it. And you think after 2 or 3 albums, you could give it to somebody.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
see, like that literally looks like a galaxy.
it does look like a galaxy. I agree.
Is
like you're
next-
flying through a galaxy,
Is
like
next
Star Wars.
Fuego?
So in 2 weeks we'll be back, but 5 years after Joy, they come out with Fuego.
Fuego.
So in 10 years they released 3 albums.
Wait, so I was 1 year old.
You were 1 year old when this came out.
Wait, I don't know.
And why weren't you listening to it when you were 1?
I didn't know. I only started listening to Phish in 2022.
Yeah, it's been a while. Go back.
It's been like, I don't know, maybe 40 years since I've listened to
Yeah. So 2 weeks we'll be back here and we'll be talking about 2014's Fuego.
Fuego.
Now I've got some interesting things to talk about with Fuego. So
I'm excited because next is Big Boat. Then is it Sigma Oasis?
then it's Sigma Oasis.
Then we're done with chapter 1. Season 1.
Season 1. There you go.
Chapter 1.
So join us back here in 2 weeks. In the meantime, share it with all your friends, your mom, your dad,
Go
your
listen
neighbor.
to Light and go to his podcast, Andrew.
Yeah, check out Andrew's Daily 5. And then rate, subscribe, write a review. We love reading all that. It's a lot of fun. And what else can they do?
You can write us a comment and it could get on a video
Okay. We
or
can work
episode.
that out. Yeah.
But come to surrender to the flow with us.